How's it going? We're here from GCOM 2024 in Pittsburgh, and we just heard Susan Maillard speak about exercise. It was a very interesting topic, so we thought we would grab her while she has a few minutes and get her expertise on myositis and exercise and how it's important. Greatly appreciated.
Excellent, my pleasure. So I'm Sue Maillard. I'm a physical therapist or a physiotherapist from the UK. I specialise in young people with myositis, so anyone under the age of 18. However, I've been doing that for around 30 plus years, so been to many conferences and also know the relevance with working with colleagues of how important it is for all ages with myositis. So I guess the most important thing is that if you have a diagnosis of myositis, it would be to expect to get some help with advice and input around exercise and physical activity. Because right from the word go, with a new onset of diagnosis or longer term diagnosis with myositis, exercise is going to be important for achieving the best outcomes at any and all of the stages of this active disease.
So do you think it's important, like once a patient is diagnosed with myositis, to go ahead and reach out to like a physical therapist and start kind of rebuilding their muscles and making sure, and then kind of part two, is it true that actually exercise helps kind of maintain the muscles that you do have?
Yeah.
Is that
So I think it's really important to reach out to a physical therapist, or if your doctor's really experienced in exercise, to ask them. And it's about physical exercise that's not about sport, so they're very different things. It's not about going and running more or jumping more or climbing more. It's about doing very specific exercises. Number one, to maintain what you do have, and then to prevent further damage or unnecessary damage that could occur if you're just waiting for the medicines to happen or allowing the disease to do its harm. So it's really important for repair, for maintenance, and also preventing worse damage to your body than necessary.
perfect? Are there any other big takeaways you can think of? And then lastly, what made you come to GCOM, and what made you get interested in myositis and exercise, I guess?
Okay. Um, so I guess big messages are exercise is really safe, but not only that, it's also really important for your health, your physical health and your mental health as well, and it should be a really important part of your treatment. What made me come to GCOM? Well, I have a real passion for myositis in young people. So when I started as a physical therapist in rheumatology, I was told I couldn't exercise young people with arthritis because it wasn't allowed. And I watched a couple of young people become very disabled, and then I had to get them better. And I thought that that must be wrong. It didn't make any sense. So I looked into it, researched it. My research study was to prove that it was safe, which is what it is. And so now we've completely changed, certainly in the UK, our whole emphasis, and exercise therapy is important as any of the medical therapies.
Perfect. And then, sorry, one last little question because it made me think. Can you overdo exercise in like if with myositis? Is that possible?
I guess, yes, potentially it is possible if you're using the wrong type of exercise. So exercise that's high endurance and high amount of strenuity for it, then you just need to be a bit careful. Because if you do a lot of exercise like marathon running, for example, that will inflame your muscles, which is why I'm trying to say really carefully it's about a very careful type of biomechanical physio exercises that you're wanting to do, not sport exercise. But the whole goal is that you'll get better so that you can do whatever it is you want to do.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time. Learned a lot. Exercise is very important. So if you do have, especially juvenile myositis and adult myositis, make sure and visit a physical therapist and save those muscles.
Perfect.
Is
Thank
there
you.
anyone back home you want to say hi to?
Oh, well, hello to my family, so to my husband and my two kids, so thank you.
Thank you.